vaping. The fuck am I doing, dude? That's disruptive. Fuck yeah! Yeah! Bam! Sucking dick! I don't know what the fucking cheese is in this gay. Hello! Ooh, yeah, I like this. There's 10 years later, there's 2,000 sad sods. 2,000 fucking sods that are just like, cool, man. Yeah, they can't even, they're so old, they can't even lift their fucking arms anymore. Well, it's good that they're doing the old theme song. God, my throat is just... So, welcome to this thing. I'll just go up here, like the old times. Yeah. Just like the old times, yeah. I could adjust my mic. Like that. Plubling Blueblit just connected. That's one of those names, if I put Noobling Blueblit as my name, no one would ever pronounce it right. There wouldn't be a single person. I can like picture a cop pulling me over and he's like, Noobing Blueblit, View bobbing, you want to explain your charges of 757,490 counts of hit and run manslaughter, dude? What's up? Yeah, my throat. Sorry if, I don't know what's going on with my throat, man. It's just got another week, another throat issue. I don't know. Yesterday, Skinny said, "'Cause of all that cock you've been sucking." Anyway, yeah, it's just a little scraggly. I keep getting some build up there. As of about 5 minutes ago. Oh, it's because I was laughing a lot a few minutes ago. I forgot. Whoa, there's a salt trader here? Damn, if I would have known that, I would have used that. I'm gonna take you guys on a little fucking journey to my house. I'm gonna show you guys my block. My old stomping grounds when I was gay. Stomping grounds. So we're gonna take a little stroll. I'm gonna get a snack first. Or, no. Change my mind, lol. So I'll be clearing my throat intermittently. For the viewer living life on the edge that doesn't want to hear that, I apologize to you, sir. And that man over there. Which one, we'll never know. Maybe that one. It's like John Cena. Hey man, John Cena. Yeah, fuck you, dude. Fuck you.
Fuck you, dude.
Fuck you, man. Yeah. Fuck you. Fucking bitch.
Fuck you, dude.
Fuck you, dude. Fuck you. Fucking bitch. No, run me over. Come here. What if that guy's just the leader of West Side? I just checked my phone on my desk to my left with my left hand, and then I tried to do the exact same thing with on my right with my right hand, but the phone wasn't there because it's always on the right, on my right. So I know you're entertained. See, I wouldn't mind living here. It's even got a little bench. That's what I love about this server or whatever, is like you can sit on all the shit even though there's no fucking reason to do that. But literally like every bench you see, you could sit on it. Someone owns this? That's surprising. Put in your poll now. Which house is mine? Is it this one? That 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 one? If you get it right, I will PayPal you $10. Oh, Kaylee's on. Oh, she's playing as a copy. So this is my house. Kaylee and me, we go way back. Me and that gal. Here is the story of me and this random woman on this video game that every woman would want to play. Basically, actually we barely know each other. Sorry, Kaylee. Sorry. Sorry, there's no love story. I don't even remember how we met. I think I avoided her for a long time because I don't like talking to women. And then I had a friend who was friends with her, and then inevitably in the game there was like a threesome. We all met in the Aethera Square. And we were all looking at each other's fucking asylum profiles. And she made fun of my Steam profile picture. And that is, honestly, that's about the extent. Oh, and I killed her with a parachute. So that's her story. Who else? Do I have any other stories? Kiosk. I mean, I see that guy talk a lot, and this guy was he was president of the United Altus for a week, and he was actually not too bad. Q19 guys, this guy loves to, damn, I'm burning bridges right now if anybody from the server ever watches this. This guy, every time he gets in a fight inside chat, he's like the guy that goes like,
I have like check my bank, dude. Check my bank account, bro. It's not an issue. I have $70 million in the bank, bro. Fucking loser.
Like, he brags about the amount of money he has in this game, and it's like, every time he does that, I just cringe, because it's like, yeah, I would never brag about that. I have like a fraction of the amount of money that he has, and it's taken me hundreds of hours to get, and I'm not proud of that. So, like, hearing him boast, like,
I have $70 skillion. I'm a fucking no life essentially, and I'm roasting you because of it.
like, he's even sadder than me. But apparently that makes him a fucking badass. I don't have beef with anybody in this server. I had beef. Actually, all the dudes I ever had beef with have been they've seemingly banned or something. Like, I've had beef with some dudes who like think that they're playing the game right, but are like constantly RDMing and shit. And they're just like excuse people. You know? Just like they're like playing like fucking little rats. I have beef with those types of people. Nobody I'm looking at I have beef with. I can't think of anybody. Beef. I mean, there are, and you know, gangs, there are certain gangs that I like more and less. I never used to pay attention to gangs, but if you stay playing this game for long enough, you'll get acquainted with, you get it. Like, just for frame of reference for years down the line, current gangs right now are Westside, Farmersville, AAF, People's Republic of Altus. I thought those were the same gang, but yeah, as of yesterday, I think they're not. And so I don't even know what Altus AAF stands for. And now there's a new gang called Paragon, which I don't know how many people are in it. And and there's a gang called Whole Lot of Gang Shit, but they're like the joke gang. Where it's like a bunch of Kavala rats, basically. I don't really like using the term Kavala rat. See, like, I'm naming lore for anybody watching who doesn't even know about this game. Fuck you, man.
Dude.
Hey, yo, fuck you. Fucking fuck you. Run over that plant. I just saw his name for a split second. I was like, that guy is somewhere in the map now, and I like said that to him. Hey man, fuck you.
Yo, fuck you, man.
Fucking.
Honestly, fuck you, bro.
Nah,
You wanna go do some heroin, man?
Sure, man. Fuck it.
Hold on, let me gear up and be right back.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. Anyway, I'm not gonna like sit down and talk about my time on the server like I just have been. That's maybe for another day, who knows. Dan, he's nice. He's a nice guy, I don't know. Taliban Dan, not so nice. Oops. Not a whole lot of people on. Chad, he's a great guy. Dicer, I really don't remember who he is. Like, everybody's name here I recognized, but I haven't met them. necessarily. Like, this guy's name I've seen a million times. Don't think I've ever seen him in the game. And that goes for like 90% of the people on this list. Anyway, let me just figure something out here. 28. I don't know what this guy's doing, if we're actually gonna do anything, but sure, let's do that. I'm just trying to give myself some time here. I've been having this thought. I don't even know how to like build up this, because I haven't done this thing in a while where I make a video or even talk, really. I've been very, very silent for the past you know 3 months. Some of the darkest moments of my fucking life, actually. And funny enough, usually I would be like getting on this channel to be like crying about one or multiple of those issues, but honestly, I don't have much to say about them. But it's been living hell. And just one segment of that hell has been me playing this game and just like trying to recede into myself. And well, I don't know about trying, but that's just what happened. Is I really went back to something that is like a subconscious root. You know, I went back to my roots in that respect, and I got on this game sort of almost by mistake, and boom, I just started playing it for like anywhere between 8 and like 16 hours a day, or like 20 hours, just all fucking day doing nothing else, barely even making trips out of my room. And I played every day for almost 60 days straight. And I just recently broke that streak. Ironically, just because something happened that was like even worse, to where I felt like I couldn't even get out of bed. You know, I spent a lot of time sleeping. And ever since that was like a week, and that lasted up until about maybe 3 days ago. I've been slowly playing this again. Surprisingly, I'm surprised I didn't just like denounce it immediately or something. I mean, I do think I'm kind of on the on the receding end, on the ass end of my binge here. I don't think I'm gonna play it for another 60 days, even more. Like, I think maybe I'm wrapping up my time. But there's a lot to be said. I don't honestly, I don't really feel much like talking about it. What if this guy kills me? He probably will. I have no idea what he's gonna do. Oh, so this guy doesn't know. He doesn't know how it go. Well, he didn't kill me. I'm not worried about it. Nice pants, man.
Thank you, man. Nice bald head.
Yeah, fuck you, dude.
Yo, fuck you, dude.
Been having this thought, sorta. Been having some weird kind of thoughts recently of, like, I've been wanting a new laptop for a while. I want a new laptop. I have like 7, but either they suck, like half of them, all of them suck, and half of them don't even work properly at all. My main laptop that has given me the most use is like an HP Pavilion 2017, and you know, I think they're all pretty much most of my laptops are hand-me-downs from my mom because my mom doesn't know anything about computers. So she buys a computer, and then once it gets slow or something, or does something that she doesn't recognize, she just resolves to buy another one or whatever. And then after a period of time, I can choose to take her old one or whatever. But unfortunately, her last couple of laptops have the main issues with them have been the battery. They won't charge. They basically won't work without the charger. And you know, I procrastinated a lot, and eventually I went and I bought a battery online, and then I got it in the mail, and I never installed it for a long ass time, and then finally I tried to install it, and it turned out that it wasn't. I kind of thought that batteries didn't need to be like super specific. I didn't put a ton of effort into researching this. And it turns out that literally on the laptop there's like a sticker that says long-lasting battery. And I think it's supposed to last like 4 hours or some shit, which is like way more than even anything from that era of 2017 times would really last. And so I didn't realize that it was kind of a special model that had a specifically good battery, which isn't what I bought. And yeah, the battery situation's fucked. It's fucked up. Like, at first, you know, I knew I needed to like calibrate the battery or whatever, and it didn't really work. And so basically what will happen is it'll go down to like 70% and then it'll just turn off, like as if you were unplugging a PC, you know, it'll just cut the power. Some people. I heard a truck.
Where at? You heard something?
I'm hearing a truck. That sounds like an off-road from southeast. Oh, you know what?
I don't hear nothing.
That might be my in real life. Sorry, bro.
Fuck you, dude.
I think that was a truck passing my house. That's how you know you're fucking out of practice, when you mistake a real car for a Arma one.
Oh, it happens. Sometimes, once I heard a very annoying noise. It was just my mom screaming at me.
Dude, what the hell? I had a response to what he said, but I just no. But anyway, the battery wouldn't calibrate, and it was only using up like
Can you make groups on here? I forgot. I haven't played a while on Siren.
yeah. Just you go to your phone and fucking start a group. Yeah, it was only using like a specific cell of the battery. And then it would just conk out, which is not good for any technology, is to just have power cut from it in an instant. You know, it's because the point is like when a laptop dies, it at least has a chance to warn you and itself. Which, you know, I don't know the implications of such things, but I know that when a laptop dies, it tells you, hey, I'm gonna die soon. Plug me in or whatever. It has a chance to sort of prepare that to die. Prepare to die edition. And I don't know if there are implications to that, you know? Like, I don't know if that means that it does anything to prepare. Like, any precautionary measures that a laptop does, you know, under the surface. But it wasn't happening. There was no warning. The laptop had no idea it was going to shut off. I had no idea, and it just kept doing that. So it would last about an hour, and now it lasts about 10 minutes, like not even. So, you know, I'm not going to, it's just basically we're back to square one, you know. I can only use it with the charger, and taking it off the charger would just be risking all of the integrity of the drive and everything. And you know, the battery was already, who knows, probably over $50. And I did a little research, and it turns out that if I want a more specific battery, they basically don't have them, or I'm gonna have to pay like over $100, which is already getting into like more than the laptop's even fucking worth, right? I've been wanting to put an SSD in it, and now I have the battery issue that I already had that I thought I solved, but I had it in my head like, you know, if I had to replace the battery again, it luckily inadvertently I bought a new a couple new SSDs recently. So I do have one, I think, that I could spare for the laptop if I wanted to. But, that's just like, we're putting it into a thing. It's just like, we're getting into a territory where it's like the new car. Like, my mom recently she had her car done up. She gave her car a pedicure. Her car that she's had for 20 years, she's really grown to love and doesn't want another car. But it's really starting to rust out. And so we spent quite a bit of shekels trying to de-rust it and replacing sheet metal and such, and then painting over it to try and buy it some time. And, we could have gotten a new car for probably that kind of money that we spent doing that. And that's the same conundrum I'm, in a smaller scale, looking at with this laptop. Is like, and all of my laptops, is just like, it would really just be better if I just got a new one. Or not even a new one. It would be better if I got like a fucking $100 thing on eBay. Just a used piece of shit. Probably the same fucking thing. You know? So I've been thinking about that, and I don't have the money. I don't have any money for anything, I could buy a laptop, but like, I have a bit of money, but I don't feel comfortable using it for really anything. And obviously I have no income, so that's why I have such feelings about my cum that I already have, my already cum. Yeah, don't cause trouble, buddy. Yeah, my off-road can really just disappear on you sometimes. This guy is hustling. I was thinking about... popped into my head recently, like the other night, I was laying in bed and I was really tripping on nostalgia, I was just like, you can really drive yourself crazy if you just constantly think about the past and all the things that are impossible to change, big and small. And I basically have done that. I have achieved that. I have achieved driving myself crazy by thinking about the past or whatever. And a thought that popped in my head that hasn't even in a very long time is back when I lived solely with my mother in a little 50s house in the suburbs somewhere. I had a few devices. I had multiple desktop computers that I had sort of somewhat scavenged. I had just acquired those. And I think for a birthday or Christmas present or something like that, early birthday present, I think, I got an iPad mini. Just around when it had come out. And I think it was like my first ever pretty much Apple product, somewhat. It was my first, like, functional Apple product. Like, I think the only other Apple product I ever had besides that was an iPod Shuffle, which I still have. And I love that iPad mini. It really... There was a lot of couch hours just spent doing who knows what. I don't even know if I watched YouTube on it. I'm sure I did. One thing I have a particular memory of is that you could like drag and split the keyboard in half to make it more reachable for your thumbs. So I thought that was really cool. I don't even know if any Apple products still have a feature like that, or if you could do that on the iPhone. I don't know. What popped into my head was a memory that I actually had a small, like, Asus laptop. I don't know how I even got this, or when or how I even got this laptop. I do not remember. It must have been like a Christmas, maybe just like a one-off gift. I was very spoiled as a kid. And I remembered what had happened to these devices. I remembered that when I was, a kid, and I had an iPad Mini and an Asus laptop. I remember one night I was playing like GTA with my friends, and it was just a trio. I had two friends mainly, and we were just this inseparable trio. We were a couple of nerds, and we were always in an Xbox party together, and we were just always rolling together. And I was playing GTA with some friends, and we decided to play hide and seek, where we like went into our settings and turned all our HUDs off, and took some time to find our places on the map, and we kind of played like this game of like mobile hide and seek, where we were constantly on the move. And the moment we found each other, I guess we had to kill each other. And I won, I guess. And I don't remember how I won, but I think I was a little cheap with how I won. But I feel like it was within the rules. And I started kind of bragging a little, and then I got some pushback, and then it turned into a gamer argument. And then me being the kid I was, I had a very huge and unstable, personality and temperament. Like, I had an incredible temper as a kid, and I just started freaking out. And it got into this huge thing because in my head, like, I was losing them. Like, it was becoming like gritty and nasty, and I felt like I was losing my friends. So I just started like freaking out and like saying crazy shit, self-sabotaging, and I just started like screaming through the fucking Xbox mic at them. And then I think I said I was gonna like kill myself. And then I just got off the game. Finally, I got off Xbox and just sat there in my room, just kind of, I guess, silently. And my dad happened to be over that night, and he was drunk, I guess. I don't know why he was drunk at our house, but anyway, I was just sitting in my room trying to recuperate myself and just sitting there silently, I guess, thinking about it. And I was pretty lifeless. But then all of a sudden I heard multiple footsteps coming down the stairs. And fucking cops walked into my room. And they told me that I had to go with them. They essentially, they were like, hey, nice room, whatever. It was trashed. It was not a nice room. It was disgusting. But, they're like, all these computers and whatever. And they basically told me that I had to go with them because one of my two friends had called the police on me because of what I said. They were, I guess, worried that I was going to do something. And yeah, so I went to Crisis Center or whatever overnight, stayed there. They took me away in an ambulance. And I spent the night there. And by the time the fucking crisis bitch got to me, me and my mom were in the hospital bed, and we had already decided that even if I was upset or whatever, that like we were just gonna lie to them and just be like, yeah, I was just fibbing. I was bluffing. Which I guess is obviously that was the truth. Is I guess I was like, obviously I wasn't gonna kill myself. Maybe I wanted to, but and it wouldn't be the first or last time that I had such an intense desire to die. But you know what? From that moment, I had cursed that friend. I knew who did it, who called the police on me, and I cursed them, and I sort of shunned them, and I made in those moments in my life, they shaped
I'm
me.
almost done. I got one more. Two
Yeah.
more, actually.
Yeah, man. I'm done, I think. They shaped me, you know? Like I inadvertently became very against such a thing as calling the police on someone. You know, and they, you know, even later in life, they settled that those types of moments, I think, settled and metastasized further. You know, when I started to become more consciously aware of police and of authority and my own philosophies on it, grew around such experiences. It's not like that was my first and only run-in with the police in my life. It certainly wasn't. But I was really, really upset at my friend for calling on me. And I put out the idea in my mind that he did it for any other reason than a nefarious one. Which is a little, obviously, you know, I wasn't like thinking like, oh, he fucking just wanted to hurt me. I just didn't think that he wanted to help me, you know. And we never were really the same after that. Like I didn't permanently shun him, you know. Like we talked again and we tried to hit it off and become friends again, but it was never really the same after that. Like he found other friends in high school and he just became another face in the hallway, and I always wanted to be his friend and still anyway, and it just never worked. And he's actually the dude that got me into YouTube and everything, which is funny. He got me to buy a Roxio Gamecaster and start my first YouTube channel, and he made GTA videos and shit. Anyway, I remember I came home a couple nights after from the hospital, and you know, they I guess had discerned that I was not in need of any further analysis. So they didn't put me in a fucking straitjacket or a psych ward. Actually, you know what? They did put me in a straitjacket, I think. I think they actually did do that. Now that I think about it, I think they actually did. That is so weird that I can't even remember that because it sounds so significant, but I really do now that I'm thinking about it. I think in the ambulance they put me in a straitjacket. That's funny. That's so funny that I could say that I have literally been in a straitjacket. I'm like fucking Trisha Paytas, dude. I'm a crazy white girl. Anyway, I came home a couple days later, and I went into the basement, and I found my iPad mini on the desk. It was shattered, and So was my Asus laptop. They were both destroyed. And obviously, I remembered that my dad was drunk, and when I was leaving with the police, he put his hand in my face and he was like, "See ya." He was like, "Bye." So I guess obviously he didn't go home that night because he was hammered, and I guess he perused his way down into my room and had his way with some of my items. Those were very new devices, you know, like I don't think I had gotten so much use out of either of them. And you know, now, especially nowadays, like the way I am now, I think to myself, like, I wonder what kind of stuff I had in those devices, like photos or memories or, you know, things that I would want. I didn't even think of that because they were destroyed, and I didn't know that the hard drives were probably okay or something, you know. I didn't think about those things. I just thought, well, they're destroyed and time to throw them in the trash, I guess. Didn't even think to get them repaired. In fact, I just remember letting my friend come over and we further destroyed the iPad until it started like, it smelled like fumes because we were like stabbing the fucking battery. And yeah. Yeah, man, good run. Fuck you, dude.
Nice one, dude.
Yeah, thanks. That was good times.
Don't forget, man. Fuck you, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Anyway, just been thinking about that for a couple of days because, you know, it's so funny because I don't even remember it. Like, you know, there's always this thought in my head where I'm wondering if my brain is like unconsciously blocking stuff out, you know? And I can't tell if I just don't really care that much or if that's something that happened to me or something that happens to me a lot, or my brain is just like, don't remember the names of all your high school friends. And I genuinely don't. Like, it's really hard to go back and put myself into my high school days because I feel like, I don't know if they were traumatic, but I always thought that I just didn't care and that I was over it. But lately in life, more recently in recent years, I think to myself, like, man, what if this is all like my mind is trying to put it out of my mind without me even realizing? And I guess I'm never really gonna know. I don't know what my brain, like in the same way that the laptop doesn't know that it's gonna shut off, I don't know, in a similar way at least, I don't know what my offline background programs are running in my brain. I don't know if I have CCleaner open where it's just like taking everything that bad that happens and just saying, forget that, delete, whatever, and it goes into this limbo where years later it'll just pop into my head. You know, it wasn't like scary or traumatic, it just hurt. You know, it felt bad. I walked into my room and I saw all my shit fucked up, and I was like, I probably cried. I was like, that sucks, y'all. And my dad denied it, I guess. That's the story. See, he never admitted to that, doing that. And maybe he doesn't even remember. But you know, I'm sure he does. You know. And I have no doubt that it was no one else. And you know what, that thought, of course, like, see, I think of stuff like that, and then I think to myself, like, that's so funny, because it's no wonder I was such a big fan of McJuggernuggets back in the day, because he had this thing called the Psycho series. If no one knows McJuggernuggets, I'm not gonna fault you for it, but I'm sure everyone and their mother's kind of seen, like, Psycho Kid, Psycho Dad destroys Xbox, whatever. And I think I found those videos either during, before, or after. It's one of the three, I'm sure. I think it was after. I think it was after those events that I found McJuggernuggets, and I really loved his series. And, you know, I was just a kid. And I wasn't thinking about things, so I literally thought for a long time that that series was real. And that he was actually just a kid who just wanted to be like a YouTuber, and his dad just wasn't recognizing it and just kept doing mean things to him, destroying his fucking Xbox One and his Wii U and his Wii Fit, and fucking clobbering him over the head with it. All the shit that happened in that series. And for so long I thought it was real because, well, I think I thought it was real, and that maybe some parts of it were just like more embellished for the camera. But I think I just thought it was real because maybe because it happened to me. So I was just thinking, oh yeah, this kid is like, he's much older than me, but like he's struggling with a similar thing where he's being sort of inhibited from what he wants to do, and nobody understands what he wants to do or that he could do it. And man, that inspired like so much of who I am. It's so funny. Like, for the longest time as a kid, I just wanted to be a big YouTuber, and then I wanted to be a big streamer. And I just thought that if I just keep doing it and put in enough effort, that it would just happen. And that if my parents or anybody had any like reservations about it, didn't understand it, once they saw like money, then it would just, that problem would go away. But you know, over the years I just, you know, things have sort of somewhat devolved into more of a casual approach on life. You know, I'm not gunning for things like that as hard as I used to. You know, I don't have such intense feelings about it as much, and I've lived a lucky life. I've been very spoiled and privileged. And you know, the truth is that I do think I still want to like be a YouTuber and a streamer. I just think that I don't want to be like PewDiePie or something, you know, like I don't want to have like 1 million subscribers or something. I lost interest in the idea of fame past a certain point. I think as a kid I was just like, no one gets me, but when I'm famous it'll all make sense. Like those were probably just like vague, not like semi-conscious, like semi-relative thoughts that probably, like, maybe not in that sentence or the way I just put it. I'm generalizing how I probably felt as a kid. And then I eventually just like, I was like, I don't want to be famous. What the fuck? Fuck that. I don't want to, like, sure, I'll take $1 million, whatever. I don't want $1 million. And that's when that whole thing started, was I just started having thoughts about money and just everything I value about jobs, and about like how everything is like so bric-a-brac, and it's like just fucking like, just everything is this redundant mundane. Even if you're doing the best thing in the world, if it's a job, it means it's so repetitious and just like it was just all these thoughts really turned me off eventually to it all. And plus the fact that I never succeeded at any of it. And the fact that I stopped trying to succeed at it. You know, maybe sort of around the same time. I was worried about how my streams were in terms of entertainment. And then I started realizing that I kind of just like streaming, and I don't really actually give a fuck if anyone's entertained. I just kind of like the idea of being able to stream and chat with a few dudes. And there was a time when I wanted it to be like 50,000 dudes. Oh, watching me play Monster Hunter World. Cheering me. And now it's just like, I like how it is. I start a stream and there's like 2 people and they're my friends. And they're just hanging out. They're just there to see what I'm up to. Or they're just there to have a laugh. That's fucking by the campfire, you know? And money and stuff and career has all been replaced with like passion and art and taking everything slow and one day at a time and really just not worrying about it anymore. I had such a big portion of my life where I was constantly worried about how I was going to make it. And in fairness, I think I should still be worried about that. Because someday I'm going to have to figure it out. But as I've been going in life, I've learned things about myself, you know, like things that I want to do and things that I feel like I maybe could do. And none of them are like cemented as things that I'm gonna do. But there are things that I have interest in. And I care a lot more about like merit and passion and experience. Like for a few times in my life at this point, I have thought that I wanted to be a luthier, like a guy who works on guitars or instruments, fixing or repairing them, or maybe even fabricating them, manufacturing them. Like a little shop where people locally could come in and fucking give me their guitar and I'll fix it. Because I did that to my guitars. I've had issues with my guitars, I fixed them. And I've done a fair amount of varied repairs at this point. So, you know, that puts it in your head. It's like, if I can do that for my stuff and it can come out as good as it does, and maybe I can get better at it, or have, you know, maybe a friend give me their thing that they're having trouble with and see how I do with it, and then I can go from there. Build like a repertoire, you know, reputation. And who knows what that experience and word of mouth and whatever can sprout into. And that's just one thing that I've wanted to do. And I've dabbled in it. And I've thought to myself, like, if I just keep doing that and keep investing myself in the knowledge and the world of what it is to do this, then I'll inevitably, you know, meet people and understand communities and how they function if I just immerse myself within them. And, you know, when you know what you're doing, that's all that matters, right? So I've had plenty of thoughts like that. I mean, the last few days I've been mulling over this thought about being a game dev, which is something I've never really had much of a desire for. And it's something that I don't even really want to do. But I just saw a video and it inspired me, and I was thinking, man, it would be cool to be the guy that models buildings and stuff and builds the world of a game, I wonder if there's a way, like, yeah, it would be years of my life, you know, just gone, to learn how to do all these things and just figure it all out, and then somehow try and gain like some sort of rapport with communities that embody video games. But I wonder if it's possible to like work on a game someday. And you know, I was talking to sort of a chum of mine, by the little old name of Taylor Goldberg, and he told me something that I thought was fucking hilarious. We were talking about the server. We talked for like a couple hours on the phone, and he told me we were talking about the server. We mentioned the admins, and I was telling him about how much time I have to do stupid shit, and I told him I could probably be a fucking admin if I really wanted to. And knowing Taylor, he just immediately started going into like, yeah, no, you should totally do that. I think you should. And he was just like, you know, sort of cheering me on and saying it would be a good idea. And he told me word for word, he said, you should learn to code. And I fucking thought that was hilarious. That it just sounded so funny hearing him say that to me, saying that I should learn to code. But you know what? Like, he actually made a pretty good point where it's like, you know, I always thought to be a dev for the server, you have to kind of be present for it or whatever. And I don't know how much he knows about it, but he kind of made a point that it's like, no, you don't really have to constantly be doing things on the server to be a dev or an admin, because you have the knowledge on how to do it. So it's like that knowledge is something, once you gain it, it's perpetually useful, right? Like, even if you didn't want to work in this game, you can take those skills that you learn and apply them anywhere else now. Like, you could go make your own Arma type thing is what I'm saying. It's like, those are useful skills to be applied anywhere, right? So, you know, maybe I will do something like that. And again, it's just gonna take an insane amount of effort, and I have to have resolve. And you know, maybe it's one of my flaws in life, really, but maybe it's not so bad. Is that I feel like you don't need to have as much of a plan in life as you do work ethic. Like, if you know kind of what you want to do, just start doing it and see where it takes you, right? That is kind of I guess that's kind of the way I've been living, is I don't know how to do video game development. And it's going to be an insane task if I decide to try to learn anything about it. Any aspect of it is going to be incredibly daunting and difficult. But if I choose to do it, I don't see how it would be anything other than a good thing. To just have that knowledge inserted in my head for whenever I decide to call to it in future. So yeah, I've been wanting a new laptop for various reasons. I don't feel like I need to discuss these reasons. I don't need a new laptop, that's for sure. But I sort of do if I want to do the things I want to do. So I gotta find a way to get a laptop. I don't even think I care if it's a piece of shit. I think my two points of criteria for a laptop that I want is, I want the battery to last long, and I want it to be on an SSD. I think those are the only things I give a fuck about. which I understand that when you know some stuff about computers, that's already asking kind of a lot. You know? SSDs are getting cheaper, so that's good, but it still basically means like you're gonna be spending maybe like $300 for that ask. So hopefully I can get one maybe around Christmas or January, and that'll help me out. Boy, do I miss watching anime stuff like laying down. Last time I was able to do that was back when I had a Microsoft Surface, which unfortunately that also perished through different means. And it had a lot of stuff on it, and I don't think that stuff exists anymore, unfortunately, because I kind of assume the drive is corrupt, but I've had my fingers crossed for years that if I can ever manage to get into that hard drive somehow, that all the stuff will still be there, but I don't think so. Which is really a shame. I had a lot of stuff, and it's different because I actually remember the stuff. I don't remember what the fuck I had on my Asus laptop. I'm sure I had the original Toontown app. But anyway, I haven't made a video on this channel in a long time, and sometimes I scroll down my videos on this channel and I realize that I have really slowed down. Like, I think one of my recent videos still is like the 11 subscriber special or whatever. It's so funny how like those titles, I create them and then they just become like parts of my vocabulary somehow. Like they're just ingrained into my head. Because I scroll past it a lot, just 11. I just see that word 11. But that video was a long time ago, and I don't remember anything about what happened in that video. And yet it's like somewhat less than 10 fucking videos ago. So man, I miss sort of making videos. I mean, there's a reason why I haven't been doing it. It just doesn't feel right. There's no fucking particular thing per se. It's just I'm just not doing it. So I don't really miss it in the sense of I'm gonna do it a million times again. But you know, I hope that whoever's watching this, you know, has been doing alright. I know whose car this is. This is Brian's car, so I'm sorry, Brian. But you know the rules, Brian. I think he just leaves these out as little eggs for me to do this exact thing with. I hope that life is treating you well. I can imagine a select few people who may be watching this. I don't know. In my head, I can picture like 3 little pigs sitting in their bed or something listening to this. And for you 3, whoever you are who's watching this, you know, sorry if I have negatively affected you. Spoiler! So we know that that's my specialty. Is you know, pushing people away or hurting people, or you know, I got a whole slew of professional anti-friend qualities. And I don't know what to tell you. I hate to tell you, but I don't know what to tell you. I don't. I'm a shitty person. I suck. But I like talking into this microphone on occasion, from time to time. So if you're here for it, I'm here for it as well sometimes. It's about as simple as I'm gonna get. hope that, you know, fucking A, man. I don't know what I can even hope for you. It's you, it's not me. Yeah, sometimes I want to say something to people, like in mass, like in videos like this. Sometimes I just want to say, like, I hope that I hope, you know, that you're smiling. I hope that you're finding what you're looking for. The dreaded cliche, but nothing ever feels right to say. But the truth is, I just wish, even though it seems super unlikely and based on the way that I feel in life always, it's just like, I hope that you're fucking existing, man, and that you're doing alright. I don't know what I could ever offer you. I just don't. I'm just a guy, and I've lost so much of myself. I don't know what I want or if I'm okay. People ask me sometimes, people that don't really know me ask me, like, how you been? And I just, like, stopped answering that question. I just can't be bothered anymore to answer that because I just think it's just an asinine question. I don't know how I am. I don't know how I feel. I don't know where I'm at. I don't know if I'm okay. I don't know this stuff anymore. Someone just typed in my chat and it made me think I was streaming somehow by mistake this whole time. But anyway, even though I don't know these things about myself, I hope that, you know, that there's a chance that maybe you have some better idea for yourself, and that whatever it is, that it is good. You know? And that about wraps it up for the day, for the vid. I want to say thank you to... I'll go in order too. Like, I'll say thank you to Kaylee. Oh, she's still on. Swag Man. He's not on. I saw him. And Chad. And Charks. And Charter. And Brian. And Casper, yeah. Sorry. Sorry, Casper. I think you. I don't think you're the best person ever. Like, I think you could use some work.
I have $70 million. I'm fucking so cool, and you suck. I've spent 700,000 hours in this game, getting $1 million 70 times.
So that makes me better than you, kid. Stuff like that. Like, I only have 7 million. I had a couple. I had like 9 million. I only have 7 million, and I'm not gonna. I will never brag about this. I'm a little sad, like, that I've let myself do this much of virtually nothing in life. When I started binging this game a few months ago, I had about 2,300 hours or so, like 2,230. And now I have 2,918. That's approximately 60 days later. So I'm about to hit the 3,000 mark. And no quitting in sight, I guess. This is my cope or something. This is just what I've been doing. I've been literally forgetting who I am in this game. Like, I had to mow the lawn, I think, at one point. My dad's been mowing the lawn instead of me, and it's kind of bothering me because it's the only thing that I do to help around the house is mow the lawn, and he's been like stealing that position from me like a dick. I think it's just because he got a new lawnmower and he always wants to use it, but it makes me feel like shit. And
Some cream pie. Bippy.
and yeah, so I had to mow the lawn like one time, but I literally forgot how to do it because I've just been playing.
I forget how to mow the lawn.
I've just been playing Arma so much that mowing the lawn it finally just exited my mind as like a second nature thing. I wasn't even thinking about
those things you could just kind of figure out. Yeah, turn on the lawn.
I'm not gonna sit here and justify to
Push it.
you why this happened to me. I'm just saying that's what happened, okay? Like, you could be a fucking hater, but
Sounds ridiculous.
it is. I'm not like defending myself, but
I'm eating a cheeseburger right now.
I probably forgot how to do that. But you know, these
That's pretty-
these things happen, you know. Sometimes you reach points in life where you have a black
Yeah, I got some pussy. I'm eating a cheeseburger. Boston
backpack,
cream pie right here.
Boston cream.
That's nice. Some milk.
Well, you sound like you're doing all right.
Laundry in the dryer.
Oh,
Job interview today.
oh, bro, you're on top of the world. See that? You're like opposite of
Yeah.
mowing the lawn, forgetting.
Yeah, no, I don't mow. I've never mowed the lawn in my life.
Well, there you go. I mean, that's one less thing for you to have to worry about. Fuck it.
Somewhere grass doesn't grow.
You live in the Schmezzer or something? You live in the Schmundra?
There's dirt out there. No grass.
Okay. I like how you like pointed in game out there. That way is your house.
My
Anyway,
house here. Come on.
okay.
I'll take a ride there.
Okay. Yeah, I remember mowing the lawn and I started like making mistakes.
It is.
I didn't forget how to mow the lawn, you know, but you know what I feel like if you heard me say that, you kind of know that's what I meant. It's like I was like doing a few things wrong and I was like, oh yeah, I'm just not even in this headspace anymore. I don't even exist. So, but I have to pull this lever at this moment because that's what I normally do. And now that I've seen it, you have to kill me. Because...
Here.
Can I...
This is my main room. Let me close this door. Let's go ahead. After you.
Can I have the keys? Oh shit. Ah, please! Please, no! Oh god! Oh my god, please! I'm fucking dying!
Make it.
I'm suffocating! Ah! Oh fuck! No! 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 I'm lightheaded from that.
Make it. You're my hostage now.
Okay.
That's it. You're going down. That does it.
Hostage taker.
Anyway, that about wraps it up. Thanks for watching. And like and subscribe if you want. So I'll see you in the next video, everybody.
You ever been a hostage before?
No. Yeah, maybe. I don't remember. I forgot how to mow the lawn. I didn't.
Might know how this goes then.
And we'll see.